Hello everybody on YouTube. This is me, Chris. I have a few YouTube channels, and I kind of kicked myself out of them because I forgot my password. So I'm starting a new YouTube channel all over again, and this is going to be a beard channel. And I'm going to be vlogging like once a week, and I'm going to be talking about facial hair, and I'm going to be talking about how to grow a beard. But right now I'm going to document myself growing a beard for the next 5 months. This is my progress. Now, I used to be on minoxidil. Minoxidil, for those that don't know, is Rogaine. That's it. People make funny jokes like, oh yeah, put Rogaine on your face for your facial hair to grow. They put it on your bald head, to grow. But I tried it and I did it, and I actually have a full documentary on that every week I posted. It's on one of my channels that I kicked myself out, that I forgot my password to billions of years ago. I will put it in the description, or I'll add it to my playlist on this channel. It's so funny because, I have a Canon 80D, I have all these awesome cameras, and I know how to edit things and make things look really nice, but I don't know, there's something about just recording on your cell phone, that raw stuff, and for some reason I get more views that way. So it's interesting how that works. So this is the easiest thing in the world, just to literally just record on my cell phone and then just upload, once a week. But this right here is 1 month of growth. The thing is, it takes forever for me to grow a beard, because when I first started, before I was on minoxidil, I literally had nothing. Like nothing. When I say nothing, you look at my first, go on my playlist and look up beard journey or minoxidil beard journey. Look at my playlist and you'll see when I first started, I had nothing at all. I had like a little bit of hair right here, nothing here, hair here, nothing there, and a little bit of one line there. That's it. And so for me, it takes forever to grow facial hair, but at least I got it now. And so I've been off minoxidil for a while. What's cool about the Rogaine is if you put it on your face and it grows and the hair becomes terminal, you get to keep it. You don't have to stay on it forever. So I was on it for like 4 or 6 months. And right now, this is what I got. And what is it? It's the 10th of January. And so you'll see it's not a lot of hair, right? But the cool thing about it is it's, I'm just doing it for a month, man. You know what I mean? I'm just growing it out for a month. I mean, I'm talking everywhere. What I mean is it's only been a month of growth. And I'm going to show you that. See how a little patchy this is? Like I got some patchiness here. I got a patch right there. I don't have a ton of hair under my neck. I have a patch here. I have some patches right here on this side. You know what I mean? And I'm going to show you firsthand, I'm going to prove it to you, that no matter how less or little hair you have, and you grow it out, and you give it 5 months, you'll grow a bodacious beard. I had a beard in November. Yeah, around November time. I chopped it off December 9th. Today's the 10th, so it's been a whole month. I had a whole beard. It looked awesome, but I learned a couple of things from it. And some of the things that I want to tell you is this. If you're trying to grow out your beard, grow it out. Don't edge up your beard. Don't line it up. I mean, unless you have to for work and stuff, don't do it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you have a thin beard like mine, if you have like patches, if you have very thick curly hair, I have curly hair. If you look really close, it's like the beards really curl up. It's like a really curly thing. If you just don't touch it and you let it grow out naturally, the hairs from up here will start to slowly fill in. The hairs up here will slowly start to fill in. And with time, I know it doesn't seem like a lot when you're first growing it out because it doesn't look like much of a beard. But with time, as you begin to grow it out more, dude, like like it'll actually fill in. The hairs will cover up the bald spots, and if you have a thick curly beard, and there's patchiness because of the curls, and there's like a tight curl, then it'll fill in and it'll look amazing, man. Like amazing. Rule number 1, be patient. Be patient. Don't look at your beard like every single 2 hours or hour to see the progress. Go with the flow, man. Like just go with it. And if you really want to just keep track of it, like just on a monthly basis, take pictures, record yourself or something for like a month, like, once a month, and you'll see your progress that way. And the thing is with all this stuff is you'll see, bro, beard bros, that with time, it's just going to fill in. So number 1, don't edge your beard right now. And listen, I like to cut hair. I cut my own hair. I'm a self-made barber. Like I do it myself, for fun, Don't edge up your beard. It's going to look crisp and clean, okay? It's going to look good. But the thing is, if you keep doing that, you're slowly going to start lowering down your hairline. And if you're weak up here like I am, you trim it down, or you line it up down here, and you're going to lose like chunks of hair. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be so OCD about it. Then the next thing you know is you have a chin strap after like 8 months of getting a lineup almost every other day or once a week. You don't want to do that. I grew out my beard, and I grew it out for like 3-4 months, and it was really thick. But what I looked at my like before pictures, like when I had a beard, and it just looked it just looked choppy, like it was thick and black and really thick. But it just looked like choppy. It didn't look natural. You know what I mean? It just looked like artificial hairline and really dark, and it just looked weird. So grow it out naturally. After 5 months, if you want to trim down the beard line, do it. Or 3 months, go for it. Set a small goal. Just be like, look, for the next 3 months, I'm just going to keep it natural. What I'm going to do, and I'm telling you this right now, and you guys are my witnesses, and I'm going to keep me accountable here. I'm going to keep this without a line. I'm going to make it as natural as possible. Why? Because I know with time that the hairs and the weak hairs up here, they'll grow in over time. All right? They'll fill in those spots, and it'll be a luscious beard. Okay? So that's my rant on that. Number 2 is what really makes a good beard is a mustache. I used to grow a beard and not have a stash, and it looks very Amish. If you're going for that look, go for it. Some people trim it, or they don't like, they whatever. But what ends up happening is that you'll have all this hair here, right? And then you have nothing here. So you have this big old gap across your face. And it just doesn't look right. Like if you look at my beard, it's not much of a beard. I'll call it a boy beard. But if you look at it, I have nothing here, nothing here, and I have these little whiskers. If you look at this, if you grow it out over time, patience is key here. Patience is a virtue, my friends. You'll fill in what's missing here through your mustache. But grow out your beard. Otherwise, you're going to look like Fu Manchu, and it's just going to look really weird. You're going to look like a Shaolin Kung Fu master. If you're trying to go for that look, go for it. But if not, then don't do it. But grow it out. Grow it out, grow it out, grow it out, grow it out, grow it out. And then let those whiskers kind of connect. You'll see, guys. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to prove it to you that it's totally possible. And this is for all my Patchy beards, all my patchy beards out there, all my thin beards out there, the struggle is real. And, you know, you look at all these dudes with these amazing beards, they're freaking thick, and they look like the burning bush on their face. It looks amazing. And then you sit there thinking, why doesn't my beard look like that? Well, it's probably because you're impatient. You're trying to trim it down. You're comparing yourself with others. Just grow it out. Grow it out. Here's a challenge. Ready? 2019 challenge. Grow it out. Do not edge your beard. Even if it looks flippin' awkward, guess what? After a while, it won't be awkward. But you have to go through the awkward phase. But you got to push through it. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, I was super OCD. When I first started growing out my beard, it was a new thing. I was super OCD. I was always trimming this off. I was always crisping the line out. And it just looked weird. You know, I thought it looked cool because I didn't have facial hair. But then it just looked weird. You know what I mean? Don't do it. So that's rule number 1. Can't stress it. Rule number 2, grow out your stash. Okay? Grow it out. I've seen a lot of dudes with beards, and they look really nice beards, but then what they do is they line up this part of the mustache down here, and they try to edge up this, and what it ends up looking is like a magic marker or a pencil line, and then it just makes the beard look really awkward. Grow out the stash. Grow out the stash. Especially if you have a weak and patchy beard, and you have a good mustache, bro, grow that out. Grow it out, because you'll notice that even if you have a weak sauce beard, right? You grow out that stash, okay? And over months and months and months, and you kind of cover the top lip here. And you know, you can trim it. I'll make a video on how to trim a beard, a mustache effectively when I grow it out. I'm going to cover this whole top lip here. That's my goal. It's going to take about 5-6 months to do that. Okay? And, you know, trim as needed. And I'll show you how in a little bit. Shout out to the Sultan of Silver, George Bruno, who I subscribe, and you should subscribe to as well. That gave me this little technique that's on in a video. But grow it out. And what the reason is, it's going to make the beard look more fuller. It's going to make it look like even more of a beard. Even if this is weak and this is weak, but it's growing out, and you have a thick stash to cover it, it's going to look even more so like a beard. I used to be super self-conscious about my mustache because it just looks kind of weird, you know, a little bit. See? I have a gap there, you know. But here's the thing. Here's what I realized. I realized that as I grew it out, it just looked better. It looked more fuller, okay? And so that's what you want to go for. If you're trying to go for a full look, don't shave the stash and don't edge up your beard. You can edge it up like 5 months down the road or 3 months down the road. But let it grow in so that any hairs that are weak can potentially have the time to grow. But if you keep trimming you keep freaking cutting out a knife with it, or have your barber mutilate your beard, it's gonna just look weird. And I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube, and I'm not trying to hate or nothing, just hear my heart. I see a lot of guys on YouTube and they have their really cool beards, but it's so lined up, pencil marked, that it just looks like a fake beard, you know? Edge up if you want it. If you want to do the lineup, go for it. I'm not against it. But what I'm saying is, let it grow out first. Give it something to work with. Okay? Then you can line it up. I'm going to line it up, but not right now. I need to give it some time. Look, I need to give it some time. Rule number 1, don't line up. Rule number 2, grow out the stash at least to the top lip. Okay? And there's different ways that you can cut it, and you can still eat, and it's not going to affect you at all. There's a way of cutting it from the lower part, but we'll talk about that later when I actually when I actually have something to work with. And record yourself. Keep a record of it. You know, take a picture. You know, every once a month. You know, like I specifically remember the day that I shaved my beard. You know, it was December 9th. Now it's January 10th, 2019. So, yeah. So another reason that you should log, like you should know how many months, is one of the things that drove me crazy when I had my beard before was I didn't know how long I grew it out. Because I just grew it out and I didn't know. So rule number 3 is log in. Like, know how long you're growing it. You know, like, I know it's a month. Now, usually, if I didn't know it was a month long, I would have looked at this and been like, oh, I need to trim it or something. It could have been 2 months or 3 months and it's still not growing. And then I would have, like, discouraged myself and cut it off. But it's only been a month. And for 1 month, this isn't bad for my type of facial hair. You know, but if I would have, you know, sometimes, you know, you don't keep track of time. I would have meant, oh man, it's probably 2 months or 3 months and it's not growing. What do I do? Man, I'm just going to trim it. I'm just going to shave it off, whatever. No, it's only been a month. Give yourself a break. 1 month. Record, log it in. That way it gives you like something to be proud of. Like, man, it's been a month. Check. My next goal, 2 months. Check. My next goal, 3 months. Check. And it gives you something that's manageable, that you're like, okay, I can do this. Rule number 4, okay? And this is important. Don't trim your beard. Don't trim your beard. If you want to trim it, use scissors. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. 1 flipping hair at a time, my friends. I have clippers, and I used to get trigger happy with my clipper, and then next thing you know, I'm cutting bulk, and I'm cutting months of my time. You don't want to do that. Use scissors. Okay? And I'll make a video on how to use scissors. 1 hair at a time. Okay? But don't do that until, like, give yourself at least 2 to 3 months of growth. And then you can cut 1 follicle at a time, the really straight fray hairs. Okay? I'll make a video on that, a very detailed video on that soon. When I have something to work with. And so that's rule number 4. Rule number 5 is, who cares what people think? If you listen to everybody in the world tell you, oh man, you look like a bum, you look crazy, you look Amish, whatever, trim it off, then you're defeating yourself. You need to believe in yourself, number 1, and you need to believe that you can have the integrity enough to hold to a personal goal to grow out your beard. So grow it out. Don't worry about what your mom says, what your dad says, what your neighbors say, what your friends say, what your girlfriend says, what your wife says. Although your wife is really important. Like my wife, she loves beards, so she wants me to grow out my beard. And I personally like beards too, so that helps. You know, like, unless it's a work-related thing, it's different, you know. But like, you're gonna get, I'm gonna tell you this right now, this is gonna help you. If people are saying, oh, you look bummy, shave it off, okay? Those same people, after 5 months of you flipping, growing it out, they're gonna be like, yo, that beard looks legit. Don't live on people's opinions. Because yeah, you might go through a weird, awkward, ugly spot and ugly phase, but if you flip and grow it out, you'll be so happy that you did. Rule number 6, you will never regret growing it out, but you will regret when you trim it and you try to jack it up or shave it off. You're going to regret it. But 3-4 months down the road, you will not regret it. Right now, you may be going through a weird spot and it's just ugly. Grow the flippin' stash, grow the flippin' beard, and just do it. Man up.